Ever get that feeling like you're drowning in information? Like you're just trying to keep your head above water, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
And you're just bombarded from all sides.
It can be overwhelming for sure.
Right. And so what we try to do here is to, offer you a way to cut through all that noise.
That's the goal.
Get to the core of what matters.
I like that.
Yeah. And so today we're going deep dive into the world of cybersecurity.
Ah, yes.
And specifically, the Certified Ethical Hacker Certification.
The CEH.
You got it. So this is your backstage pass.
Sure.
This is how you understand how security vulnerabilities are found and exploited.
It's crucial.
And this is absolutely critical
Yeah.
for building stronger defenses.
For sure.
So, I think when most people hear the word hacker,
Right.
they think, oh no, bad guys.
Malicious intent.
Right. Malicious intent.
Yeah.
But the CEH actually kind of flips that script.
Yeah, you could say that.
So what would you say it's about?
Well, it's about mastering those same offensive skills.
Okay.
The same ones the bad guys use to be able to probe systems, find the weaknesses.
Right.
But then ethically,
Right.
you're going to use them to identify and fix them.
Right. Before they can be exploited.
Right. Close them up before they're used for nefarious purposes.
Yeah, exactly. And today, our source for all this, by the way, are some really fascinating excerpts
Oh, yeah.
from the certifiedethicalhacker.pdf,
It's a good one.
which really gives us a great,
I
foundation.
get it all out.
Lays it all out for understanding
Yeah,
what this certification's all about,
for sure.
why it even matters.
And it does.
So, Certified Ethical Hacker, that's a pretty fascinating title.
It catches your attention.
It does. So for someone who's never even heard this before, what fundamentally eyes the CEH?
Okay, yeah, good question.
And who's the body behind it?
Right. So the CEH, as our material details, it's a globally recognized credential offered by EC Council,
Okay.
which is the International Council of E-Commerce Consultants.
Okay, so very official.
Very, very official. And you're right, that central idea, it can seem a little paradoxical, right?
Yes.
It's like you're learning to think and act like, a black hat hacker,
Those are the bad guys.
the ones with malicious intent,
Yeah.
but within legal and ethical boundaries.
Right, so there are rules.
Absolutely.
Strict rules.
With the express goal of becoming a white hat defender.
So using those skills for good.
Yeah. You got it.
So it's not just like book smarts.
No.
This is about really practically understanding.
Yeah, to get in their heads.
Yeah, getting in their heads.
Understand the tactics that are used by those who want to cause harm.
Wow.
So yeah, the CEH, the real value of it lies in providing cybersecurity professionals, right? With a hands-on understanding of attacker methodologies.
So you can anticipate what they might do.
That's what you're trying to do.
Wow.
Yeah. So this certification validates skills in key areas, like penetration testing.
Oh, okay.
Which is where you actively try to exploit weaknesses.
Oh, okay.
But it's a controlled environment, right?
Right.
You're doing it ethically.
Yeah.
Also, vulnerability assessment.
Okay.
Which is where you're identifying, you're analyzing security flaws.
Right.
And then the overarching discipline. Ethical hacking.
Right.
So it's about adopting that attacker's perspective.
I see.
To be able to better anticipate and counter their actions.
Makes a lot of sense. You can't really protect against something that you don't understand.
We got to get inside.
Right.
You got to see how they think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So our source indicates that CEH training covers a really broad range of topics.
Oh, yeah. It's extensive.
Can you give us a sense of this knowledge toolkit that a certified ethical hacker carries around with them?
So the curriculum is designed to mirror, the stages an actual attacker might follow.
Okay.
All right. So it begins with footprinting and reconnaissance.
Okay.
Sounds kind of official, doesn't it?
It does.
But basically, this is the initial information gathering phase.
So what kind of stuff are we talking about?
All right. So you're collecting, details like IP addresses, domain names, DNS records. Now, you might think, oh, that's pretty basic.
Right, who cares?
But this kind of information can reveal surprising details about an organization's infrastructure.
Like what? Give me an example.
Oh, like their email servers, for example,
Okay.
which are prime targets for sophisticated phishing attacks.
Oh, okay.
So even seemingly, harmless little data points you start piecing them together.
Oh, I see.
And it gives a really clear picture for an attacker.
Wow. Okay. So it's almost like, you're laying the groundwork.
I like that analogy.
Right. You're kind of understanding the terrain.
Getting the lay of the land.
Yeah. Before you make your move.
Exactly.
All right. So then what happens next?
All right. So next up, you got scanning networks.
Okay.
All right. So this involves using specialized tools to identify active systems on a network.
Okay.
The ports that are open, and then the services that are running on those ports.
Then when you say ports, what do you mean?
Think of open ports as like potential doorways into a system.
I see.
Okay. So knowing which ones are open, crucial for an attacker.
Right. They're looking for an entry point.
That's what they're looking for. Then enumeration takes it a step further.
Okay.
So now you're actively probing those open ports.
Oh, okay.
To get more sensitive information, like usernames, shared network resources, network protocols. Okay.
This deeper dive can give attackers the specific credentials and pathways they need to gain that unauthorized access.
So we're going from kind of a wide angle lens to more and more specific targeting.
You got it.
All right. So what's next?
Right. So next we get into system hacking.
Okay.
And this encompasses techniques like password cracking,
which is
you're trying to gain access to user accounts.
Right.
And privilege escalation.
Okay. And what is that?
So you've already gotten some access.
Okay.
Now you're trying to get higher administrative rights.
Oh, I see.
Within the system.
Right. So you get in and then you're trying to get more and more powerful.
More and more powerful. Understanding these methods. Absolutely vital for building strong authentication and authorization mechanism.
Right.
Okay. So the training also covers malware threats.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this is everything.
What is that?
From viruses and worms to Trojans.
Okay. And how these malicious programs are used to compromise systems, steal data, disrupt operations.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how frequently we're hearing about ransomware attacks these days?
All the time.
It's everywhere. So understanding how malware is deployed, more critical than ever.
So malware is definitely a constant threat.
It is.
I'm glad that the CEH covers that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What other techniques are part of this, like ethical hackers' skill set?
All right, so sniffing is another key area.
What's that?
So this is where you're intercepting and analyzing network traffic.
Okay.
This can reveal, sensitive data like passwords, financial information that are being transmitted across a network insecurely.
Yeah.
And then you've got social engineering.
Oh, yeah.
And this is fascinating because it really highlights that human element.
The human weakness.
Yeah, the human weakness. So it covers manipulation tactics like phishing.
Oh, yeah, phishing, yeah.
Okay, where attackers trick individuals into revealing confidential information or clicking on malicious links. It's a reminder that often the weakest link is not, a technological flaw.
It's us.
It's us.
Yeah.
Human psychology. I mean, we've seen really sophisticated attacks succeed simply because someone was tricked.
Right. They clicked on a bad link.
They gave away their credentials.
Yeah. Social engineering, often cited as the biggest vulnerability.
It really is.
In any security system.
It really is, yeah.
It's not about, the ones and zeros.
No.
It's about human behavior.
You got it.
All right, so what else? What else is in this ethical hacker toolkit?
All right, so CEH also covers denial of service attacks.
DOS attacks.
DOS attacks.
Yeah.
Where the goal is to overwhelm systems with traffic.
Okay.
And make them unavailable to legitimate users.
Right.
So understanding how these attacks work is essential for implementing, effective mitigation strategy to keep those critical services online.
Makes sense. What else?
Session hijacking.
How about that?
All right, so that's where attackers try to take over an active communication session between two systems.
Okay.
And then they can potentially, impersonate a legitimate user.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then there's a big focus on hacking web servers, which are often prime targets.
I imagine.
Because of the amount of sensitive data.
Oh, yeah.
They handle.
Yeah.
So this includes learning about web application vulnerabilities and exploitation techniques like SQL injection.
Oh, right.
Which can allow attackers to, directly access and manipulate databases.
Yeah. Web applications, so critical. to modern infrastructure.
Crucial part, yeah.
The potential for damage there is just huge.
Absolutely. Huge, yeah.
So what else? What else does it cover?
So it also addresses, the specific security challenges associated with wireless networks.
Okay.
Focusing on Wi-Fi vulnerabilities.
Okay.
Best practices for securing them.
Right.
And then evading IDS firewalls and honeypots.
Okay.
This is another one that's, crucial.
Right. And getting around the security.
Yeah, getting around the security. Teaching how attackers, they try to bypass these security measures.
Right.
And then, importantly, how to configure and maintain these defenses effectively.
Right.
To prevent such evasion.
Right. So you understand both sides.
You got it.
Yeah.
And then, given how widespread cloud computing is these days,
the
CEH also covers security considerations, specific to cloud environments, which are different.
I'm just like regular.
From traditional on-premises security.
Okay.
Okay. And then finally,
yeah,
cryptography.
Oh, yeah.
Provides like that foundational understanding of encryption techniques. Yeah.
And their role in protecting data.
Yeah.
Confidentiality, integrity, all that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It sounds like a lot.
It's very comprehensive.
Yeah.
Very comprehensive.
Sounds like becoming a CEH. It takes a lot of,
It's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
It is.
Time, effort.
Time, effort, yeah.
So what's the actual process for, getting certified?
All right. So there's two primary paths to eligibility.
Okay.
The first one is to complete official EC Council training.
Okay.
Which is typically it's, an intensive instructor-led course.
Okay.
Or training, from an accredited partner.
Okay.
And this provides, that structured learning experience.
Right.
Covers all those exam domains.
Right.
The second option is for people who have at least 2 years of documented work experience in information security.
So they've been doing it.
They've been in the trenches.
Yeah, in the trenches. Yeah. These individuals, they can apply directly to EC Council to take the exam.
Without the training.
Without the training.
Good.
Provided they can demonstrate that they have sufficient practical knowledge.
Right. They actually know what they're doing.
They've been there. They've done that.
Yeah. They got the scars to prove it.
We got the scars.
Okay, so that's cool. So it accommodates both,
both paths.
Yeah, those who like the classroom, those who like the real world.
You got it.
Now, what about the exam itself? What's that like?
Okay, so the CEH exam is rigorous.
Rigorous.
It's not a cakewalk.
Okay.
125 multiple choice questions.
125.
And you get 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
To complete it.
That's a lot of questions.
It's a lot of questions. Passing score, typically around 70%.
Okay.
Sometimes varies a little bit.
Okay.
The exam is designed to test both theoretical understanding of the concepts, but also your practical knowledge of the ethical hacking tools and techniques. It's not just memorizing.
Right.
It's about understanding how to apply this knowledge in realistic scenarios.
Right. So you really got to know it.
You got to know it. You can't just cram the night before.
Right. So once someone achieves this certification, is it like a one and done kind of thing?
Good question.
Or do you have to keep, kind of maintaining it?
You do. The CEH certification is valid for 3 years.
Okay.
To maintain their certification.
Yeah.
Individuals need to earn EC Council continuing education credits.
ECE credits.
ECE credits.
Okay.
And these credits can be obtained through a variety of ways.
Like what?
Like attending industry conferences.
Okay.
Completing additional cybersecurity training courses.
Oh, okay. So more training.
More training. Okay. Publishing research.
Oh, wow.
Contributing to the cybersecurity community in other ways.
Wow.
So if they haven't met that required number of ECE credits within that 3-year cycle, they got to retake the exam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this ensures that certified professionals, they stay current.
Right. It's always changing.
It's always changing.
Yeah.
Always changing.
So continuous learning is super important in cybersecurity.
It's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, who benefits the most from obtaining this certification?
Oh, okay. Good question.
Like, what kind of roles are we talking about?
So the CEH, it is highly beneficial for a wide range of cybersecurity professionals.
Okay.
Obviously, this includes ethical hackers, penetration testers.
Right.
Their primary job is to find vulnerabilities in systems.
Right. Their whole job is to hack.
That's their job. But it's also extremely valuable for network security engineers who are responsible for designing, maintaining secure network infrastructure. IT security managers. They need a broad understanding of both the offense and the defense. And then cybersecurity analysts and consultants who advise organizations
on best practices,
on their security posture. So essentially, anyone working in cybersecurity who needs that deep and practical understanding of how attackers operate.
Makes sense. So even if your primary focus isn't like actively hacking, understanding those techniques can make you better.
Much better.
At defending.
It's about having that foundation, understanding that attackers' mindset is critical for developing really robust security strategy and proactively mitigating potential threats.
So you can actually think one step ahead instead of just always reacting.
You're not always chasing.
Okay, so we've talked about what the CEH is, what it covers, who it's for. Let's talk about the why.
The why.
Okay. What are the tangible benefits?
Tangible benefits of holding this certification. All right, so the benefits are substantial. Especially in today's, with today's escalating cyber threats. CEH really enhances career prospects. It's a widely recognized and respected certification within the industry.
The cybersecurity industry.
Cybersecurity industry, A lot of organizations, they actively seek out and prioritize candidates who have this.
Really? So it's in demand.
It's in demand.
Oh, wow.
For security-related roles. This often means
more money.
Improved salary potential.
Reflecting the specialized skills.
Specialized skills, It validates the knowledge.
It's like proof.
It's proof.
Yeah.
And in a field where, threats are constantly evolving, becoming more sophisticated, having a CEH, it demonstrates a commitment to understanding and combating these threats. So this contributes to
job security.
Greater job security.
Yeah, because you're more valuable.
You're more valuable.
And
it's globally recognized.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's good for international opportunities.
Absolutely.
So it's more than just a line on your resume.
It's a signal.
It's a recognized indicator of your expertise. Now, obviously nothing's easy. So what are some of the challenges? What do people need to know?
So our source does highlight several important considerations. First, that exam is known to be challenging. It's not easy. Requires a solid foundation, not only in networking and general security principles, but also in the specific techniques that attackers use.
So you got to put in the work.
You can't just show up. You got to study. Secondly, cybersecurity landscape. Always changing.
Always evolving.
Always evolving. So even after you get the CEH, continuous learning, staying updated.
Oh, wow.
That's crucial. New attack methods, new technologies, they emerge regularly. And then, of course,
the cost.
Training exam itself can be a significant investment. But a lot of organizations, they recognize the value of the CEH. And they're often willing to sponsor their employees' training certification efforts.
So it's an investment in yourself.
Absolutely. But
it can pay off.
Good time.
So it demands dedication, ongoing effort.
It does.
But the potential rewards are considerable.
Huge.
So the CEH has this strong focus on ethical hacking. But, what if someone wants to specialize further? Or explore different, parts of cybersecurity?
Different facets.
Are there other, related certifications? Or career paths they could consider?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
CEH can be, a springboard.
A good starting point.
Yeah, a good starting point. Or a valuable component,
right,
of a broader cybersecurity career trajectory.
Right, part of the whole journey.
You got it.
Okay, cool.
So our source touches on a few other, noteworthy certifications.
Oh, okay. Like what?
For those interested in more managerial or strategic roles,
okay,
certified information system security professional, or CISSP. That's a highly respected advanced certification.
Okay.
Focusing on security management practices.
Okay.
And then the certified information security manager, or CSSM.
Okay.
Also centers on, management and governance.
Okay.
Of information security.
Okay, so those are more like management.
Yeah.
Okay.
More management focused.
All right.
For individuals who want to get really deep into the technical stuff.
All right.
Certifications like the Certified Penetration Testing Engineer, or CPTE.
Okay.
And the Offensive Security Certified Professional, or OSCP.
Okay.
They offer more advanced, hands-on technical challenges.
Has different levels.
Different levels, different specializations.
Okay.
Different career focus,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So the CEH can be that foundational thing.
Yeah.
But it can also be its own standalone qualification.
Exactly.
Depending on what you want to do.
What you want to do, yeah. It provides that robust understanding.
Okay.
Upon which further specialization
can be built.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, well, we've done it.
We have.
We've gone really in-depth into this Certified Ethical Hacker certification.
You've been there.
Using these great excerpts from the certifiedeethicalhacker.pdf.
It's a good source.
So, to wrap things up, what would you say is the single most important takeaway for our listeners?
I would say the core message here is that the CEH certification offers a comprehensive understanding of ethical hacking principles and techniques. And it equips individuals with that really crucial skill set for proactively identifying vulnerabilities. Conducting thorough penetration testing.